What's going on, guys? I'm Eric, aka Kinetic, back for the next episode of the Michigan Wolverines Slow Sim Dynasty. We are in year 7, 2031, week 4, rank number 4 at 2-0, and now we're staying in Ann Arbor to host the 3-0 undefeated Temple Owls. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, hit the notification bell. Again, this is a Slow Sim Dynasty, meaning we are not playing any of the games. We have not played a single game in all 6 seasons. The point of Slow Sim Dynasty is to set the scheme, recruit the players, develop the players, set the depth chart, all of that, and then let it run computer versus computer and see how good you actually are at building a team. And we have been pretty successful. We have a dynasty, a legitimate dynasty. Coach Connor Stallions took over after the Sharon Moore debacle. 2025 went 9-3, won in the Music City Bowl. 2026 9-3, lost in the ReliQuest Bowl. 2027 we make it to the playoffs with a 10-2 record. We lost 2 on the road at Texas and at home to Oregon that season, but we made it to the playoffs and we go on a playoff run, defeating Texas A&M, USC, USC, Georgia, and Alabama en route to a national championship to cap off Bryce Underwood's college career. 2028, we come back trying to run it back with CJ Carr as the starting quarterback. We go undefeated, get our first Big Ten championship, go through the Rose Bowl and the Peach Bowl to get to the national championship, but we lost in the national championship to Georgia. 2029, we come back with a depleted roster, only 75 players on the roster, but with David Chosen taking the helm, redshirt junior at the time, and he was able to lead us to an undefeated season, including a Big Ten championship, an Orange Bowl win, a Sugar Bowl win, and a national championship. 2030 comes around and we lost a lot in the offseason as well. Even with all the recruits we brought in, we still only went into the next season with a 79-man roster. But again, with David Chosen at the helm, this time a redshirt senior, he's able to lead us again to back-to-back undefeated 16-0 seasons with Big Ten championship, Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, and national championship. Interesting note, in both of those seasons, 2029-2030, the team that we defeated in the national championship was Clemson. Now we're trying to run it back for a three-peat. 2031, we're starting off 2-0, trying to go back-to-back-to-back national champions. So let's take a quick look through our roster. At this point, there's no real players on the roster. It's all game-created players. So our quarterback is redshirt senior Quincy Merritt. Running back is true sophomore Cooper Caxer, who is a converted wide receiver to running back, along with Matthew Connors, who I believe is somebody that we brought in the transfer portal, I believe. And then you got Leah Zugwu and Garrison Rabin. Fullback, so we've got a few blocking tight ends that are playing sort of the H-back, fullback hybrid position with Sean Miners and Dylan Temple. Then we also have Dom Bober. Wide receivers, Warren Dennis, Ruben Carmen, Rashard Suggs, Manu McCracken, Marvin Roseboom, and Dion Tobin. Tight end, Demarius Lynch and Marquise Lake, along with, again, the H-back, Sean Miners. Left tackle, so on the offensive line, left tackle is going to be Jamie Pettis. Left guard, Robert Kafka. Center, Arsenio Cavazos. Right guard, Lawrence Kalawaya. Right tackle, Dwight Gage. Left edge on defensive line, left edge is going to be Zach O'Toole, who will split time with Billy Ogburn. Right edge is going to be Curtis Moffitt. Defensive tackles, Trent Devon and Jamie Charbonnet. Sam linebacker, Levi Hebb. Mike linebacker, Cam Huma. Will linebacker, Stephen Abiamiri. Corners. Starting cornerbacks are going to be Alex Lambo and Conan Nguyen. Starting safeties, Derek Wayne and Tim Guy. Our kick returners will be Richard Suggs and Warren Dennis. Long snapper will be Marquise Lake. Third down running back Cooper Caxer. Power running back Lee Azugwu. Slot receivers will be Richard Suggs, Warren Dennis, and Cooper Caxer. Rush left end will be Billy Ogburn. Rush right end will be Curtis Moffitt. Rush interior, Trent Devon and Jamie Charbonnet. You'll see safety Tim Guy playing down in the box along with Stephen Abiamiri and Logan Hasselback. Our nickel corners will be Terrence Blizzard, Quinn Vick, and Derek Wayne. And nose tackle will be Brian Colombo. Sorry guys, spring allergies are getting to me a little bit. Alright, let's take a look at the recruiting. So far, we've gotten commitments from 4-star offensive lineman Ryan Vogel out of Oradell, New Jersey, 4-star defensive tackle Marcus Hocker from Byron, Illinois, and 4-star offensive lineman Caleb Berryman from Sydney, Ohio. This past week, we also got a commitment from 5-star linebacker Tyler Griggs out of Rabun Gap, Georgia, 6'2", 212 pounds, ranked number 22 overall, number 3 at his position of will linebacker, and committed to Michigan over Alabama, Notre Dame, and Georgia Tech. Got a commitment from 4-star cornerback Braden Daniels out of Fairburn, Georgia, 6 foot 186, ranked number 80 overall, number 3 among all quarterbacks, committed to Michigan over Georgia and Tulane. And we got legacy 4-star Jaquan LaRoque, little brother to Mello LaRoque, who committed to Michigan out of Franklin, Georgia, 6'3", 237, ranked 344th overall, 34 at the position of will linebacker, committed to Michigan over Auburn. Then we've got a commitment from 4-star linebacker Davon Grubbs out of Broadview Heights, Ohio, 6'2", 222, ranked 66th overall and number 3 among Mike linebackers, committed to Michigan over Penn State and West Virginia. Got a commitment from another 4-star cornerback. This time it's Matt Nix out of Haymarket, Virginia, 5'10", 183, ranked 104 nationally and number 5 among cornerbacks, committed to Michigan over Penn State, Oklahoma, and North Carolina. Got a commitment from 4-star safety Xavier Keene out of Hyattsville, Maryland, 6'1", 206, ranked number 157 overall, number 4 among free safeties, and committed to Michigan over Alabama, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, and Pitt. Alright, so Michael Watford, I expect we should get a commitment this week. Anthony Goings, we might get a commitment this week. Muhammad Fawerda should get a commitment this week. Connor Sturm, we can add the 10 back on now that we've got his visit scheduled. And his hard sell set. We're top 5 ahead of Penn State, Iowa, Nebraska, and Mizzou. We've got him on campus next week. Nebraska has him on campus in 4 weeks. Josefa Smoker, we scheduled a visit last week for this game this week. We've got a slight lead over Clemson, who has him on campus in week 11. We know his pitch now, so we'll flip that to the hard sell for primetime player. Max Hicks, we're in first place in his top 5. We've got him on campus next week for a visit. Currently we hold a small lead over Miami, Georgia, and Florida. We know his pitch, so we'll just add 10 on top of that. Alright, DeAndre Duke, we've got a small lead over Georgia. We've got him on campus this week for this game with Temple. We know his pitch is hometown hero, so let's flip that to the hard sell and add the 10 back on top. Emmett Charlton, we should get a commitment this week. Cornell Schobert should get a commitment this week. Isaiah Bosby, we've moved into first place in top 8 on his board. TJ Pilgrim, another legacy, younger brother of Terrell Pilgrim, the safety turned linebacker that went pro for us last season. This Pilgrim is an offensive lineman, and we moved into first place ahead of Penn State with him on campus this week, potentially getting a commitment this week from him. Dom Beckner, we're in second place, top 5 behind Arizona State, and we can now schedule a visit. So let's schedule him for next week with Purdue. And then we know his pitch is either going to be clocked in or football influencer. So we'll do the double soft sell there. We'll go ahead and add full hours on George Bieria. And let me check my notes to see if there's anything that anybody that we missed on that we need to replace. 1 second. Let's see, we've got a quarterback, we've got a running back, we've got 2 receivers, got 1 tight end, 1 tackle, 2 guards, 1 center, 1 edge, 1 DT, 3 outside linebackers, 2 Mike linebackers, 3 corners, 2 safeties. Oh, we've got everything we need. Alright. Alright guys, let's jump into the game. As always, we're going to use my custom playbooks. They're not cheese or glitch. They are both up for download if you want to try them out. Skull Blue for the offense, it's kind of a pro-style run game with a air raid spread hybrid passing game, and then the defense is my attempt to put the Amoeba defense into the game. Let's let's do my alternate uniforms here. Alright, let's jump into it. Now, normally I do play-by-play, guys, but because of the way allergies are affecting me right now, making me, have to sniffle and stuff like that, I'm just gonna let the game, the in-game commentary run. I will jump in towards the end of the game, but I'm gonna sit here and watch it with y'all, so enjoy, and I'll be back.
Taking on last year's national champions, the Michigan Wolverines. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Wolverines will boot it away to start the game. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Owls offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before. That's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
He'll keep it himself. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Temple lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So Michigan's offense will go to work for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal.
Loose in the middle. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. It's complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Temple lining up to punt it away. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. On the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. To the air. It's Merritt. Fires to the middle. Finds the big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Lining up from the 34 on first down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Bruce, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
On the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. SMU is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Dallas, but they're a long way from closing this out. Houston. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Gonna swing it on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Owls have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere. He's knocked down behind the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires to the big fella. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Toss to the outside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. To the air, it's Merritt. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack. And that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
The Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the third on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
And the returner will be brought down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Dropping back, it's Merritt. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in, it's Lynch. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Dennis. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. The Wolverines will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. Hand off from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll send the tight end in motion. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
Temple lining up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Back to pass, it's Merritt. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
Offside.
The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Leaves it with the running back. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Floats it out in space. Spins away from the defense. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. From the gun on 3rd down. Snags it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house it, but the defense tackles him at the 3. And the Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas State is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week. But they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now.
They'll start this drive going to the air.
They're up by just 1 over Colorado. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Picked off. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
When you get interceptions as a safety, it's anticipation. You can see it. They see the route, they break on it, and go make big hits and big plays. This time, he gets the big INT.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking downfield, it's Merritt. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. From the gun. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
He wants it all. Touchdown, Michigan. Fit it in the window for the score.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row. He's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The give to the back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Temple lining up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Merritt. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Back to throw. Time running short in the half. Back open in the middle. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Oh, he makes the catch. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st half. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, 1 half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that 2nd half in Ann Arbor. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
Temple will try to boot this one deep to get the 2nd half underway. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Merritt. Shoots it to the left. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Takes it the other way. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Owls.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point cuts the lead to 28-10. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. And the timing just a hair off. So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Fast, physical, and disruptive. Michigan has a rich and storied history of guys up front who can make life miserable for a quarterback.
Just dudes. I mean, guys that win matchups. Guys that, you know, if it's going to be a pass rush on the outside, one-on-one on a tackle, they can go get him at the defensive end spot. We can mention names, and Hutchinson recently, one of the higher picks in the NFL draft, but always guys that play the same way.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That pulls them to within 15, 28-13 the score. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick-6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Making great decisions, that's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They go to the draw. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he's going to try to return this one. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass on second down. He's got him. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's got the back in the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Temple lining up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. To throw, it's Merritt. Easy completion on the shuffle.
Well, look, I know this guy's not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out.
Turning it on. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Back to pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the stomping has commenced.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Georgia State is getting handled right now at home. Someone needs to step in here, throw in the towel, and stop this fight. They're trailing by 18 to Marshall. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Working that left side now. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll go with a direct snap. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. It's complete. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Power football with the run. Across the 45. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Michigan. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Well, that boy Cooper Kaxer can run, can he? Huge touchdown from Cooper Kaxer. And Michigan in the fourth quarter is up 45-13 over the Temple Owls. Both teams undefeated, only one will stay undefeated after this. Here's the kickoff. They take it in the end zone. Temple will nail it down for a touchdown.
Temple takes over, and the Owls send the
shotgun, 3 receivers.
They'll leave it with him.
Runs on a sweep to the left side, met in the backfield for a loss of 5.
If any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
This is about what we expect when if Michigan plays Temple, right?
Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Runs it left side, gets maybe a couple yards, looks like 3 yards on the play. 3rd and 12 now for Temple.
It'll be 3rd and long.
4 receivers set, spread wide, 2 to either side, shotgun. Drops back to throw, blitz by Michigan, 5 rushers. Fires deep down the right sideline. And it's intercepted by Michigan. And he's going to return it up the sideline across the 40, at the 50, tries to juke, taken down at the 48.
Getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the fourth quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on
cornerback 1, Alex Lambo, with a leaping interception
their
there.
Entire team is their secondary.
He just got underneath the receiver, boxed him out, caught the ball, and then was able to
seal this game.
Leap over the fallen receiver to return it for a good 30-40 yards. Handoff to Cooper Kaxer, runs up the middle. Nice game there all the way to the 25-yard line on opponent's side of the field. Cooper Kaxer, like I knew when I recruited him that he was probably going to be a running back because he's like 5'9", but he spent his true freshman year playing wide receiver for us in the slot, and I don't know, I like the kid. There he is again, running right, cuts back up the middle, gain of 2. 16 carries, 144 yards in the game so far. Single back wing, Merritt under center, 3 tight ends. Fakes the handoff to Kaxer. Play action, and he's hit as he throws, but gets it away, throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Avoids the sack, but wow. All right, in shotgun now, 5 receivers. 3 right plus the tight end, and then 1 receiver left. Hits the slot receiver on the little drag-in route. Catches it, but it's short for the first down. They're going to send out the kicker. Tim Price. Kicker's up. And it's good right down the middle. Another 3.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Snags it on the right. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season.
Nice catch there by the Temple Owl receiver.
You know he's looking for more.
After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49.
Now in shotgun, 4 receiver set. Play action, fakes the handoff, dropping back, under pressure, fires over the middle, and it's an interception again. The quarterback panicked with the pocket collapsing, and he just fires it down midfield into double coverage. And this time it's going to be picked off by Quinn Vick.
What a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again.
Now Merritt comes out in the I-form close, 2 receivers tight, hands it to Caxter, runs up the middle, leaps over a fallen defender, tries to spin at the 48, but gets taken down. It's going to be 2nd and 1 Michigan. Now in shotgun, 3 receivers trips right, 1 receiver left. Merritt looking to throw, hits underneath for Suggs, caught for the 1st down across midfield, tackle at the 42-yard line. Under center now, single back wing, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 to either side, Caxter the tailback. Hands it off, running up the middle. Nice pancake block by the center. It springs Caxter for a run up the sideline, and it's a touchdown. But there's a flag, and this is probably coming back. Illegal block in the back by wide receiver Ruben Carmen. That sucks. It's going to be a new 1st down at the spot of the foul, which is going to take it to the 18-yard line. Shotgun, empty backfield, 5 receivers. Merritt looking to throw. Fires underneath, caught on the inside route by Manny McCracken. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. I-form wing, 2 tight ends, 1 fullback, 1 receiver right side. Hands it to Azugwu, running left. Loss of yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7, but we've got an injury to James Hagg on Temple.
Now facing a 3rd.
Now he comes out in the power I formation. 2 fullbacks, a tight end, a tailback. Hands it off, running left. Brought down from behind after a gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 5. They're going to send out the kicker to hit from the left hash mark from the 20. This will be a 30-yard kick from the left hash, and it's good.
He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think...
Breaks into the open. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Another interception. That's his
Another interception there by Quinn Vick, and this one's going to be returned back for a pick 6.
This defense making a big play, putting it in the end zone.
2 interceptions in the last 2 drives by Quinn Vick.
Trying to push this winning streak to 3.
And this has been the story of the game.
Just fired right on the out route.
Offensively,
Quinn Vick
special
able
teams,
to jump
and now
it.
on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws, and he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Georgia Tech has been almost unstoppable today offensively. Between the game plan and the play calling and the execution, it's been near perfection. They're up by 32 over Tulsa. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He'll keep it himself.
Nice run up the middle. Hard hit by the defender there. Be 3rd and 6 for 10. Michigan with only 3 guys on the line. Under pressure, throws it over the middle, almost intercepted again, but it falls incomplete. He was hit as he threw that. Michigan, that's scary. They're getting pressure on the quarterback with only 3 guys rushing. Punt is fielded just behind the 40. Brings it back across the 50. Tackled down the market at the 50. From midfield, Quincy Merritt in shotgun. 3 receivers tight to the line, 1 tight end. Drops back to throw. Hits the receiver on the zig route. Outside, that's Demarius Lynch, the tight end.
The Wolverines can play the second
receiver slot left.
with just a few yards to go.
Hits Lynch out of the backfield, but it's no gain on the play. He's tackled at the line, 3rd and 3. 35 seconds left to go in the game. Shotgun split backs, 3 receivers. 3rd and 3. Merritt takes a snap, hands it to Caxter, runs right, breaks a tackle, spins around a defender, gets the first down, tackle down at the 34. 5 seconds left on the clock. Will they snap another play? No, they don't. That's going to be the end. Michigan gets a 58-13 win at home over the Temple Owls.
And when you start expecting to find ways to win games, and you expect
Cooper Caxter gets player of the game. 19 carries, 164 yards, 3 touchdowns.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, Dave.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together.
Take a look at the individual Michigan player stats.
You can do it. It's not.
Quincy Merritt, 24 of 31 for 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 184.3 rating, and 77% completion. Run game, Cooper Caxter, 19 carries, 164 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quincy Merritt had 6 carries. When you factor in sack yardage, it's a net of -8 yards, but he did have a touchdown. Leah Zugwu had 6 carries for 9 yards. Receiving, Demarius Lynch, 6 catches, 88 yards. Cooper Caxter, out of the backfield, 4 catches, 21 yards. Ruben Carmen, 4 catches, 68 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Rashard Suggs, 3 catches, 45 yards. Manu McCracken, 3 for 58. Warren Dennis, 3 for 54. Marquise Lake, 1 for 6. Blocking, we had 1 sack attributed to an offensive lineman that was on Jamie Pettis. And we had Lawrence Kalawaiaya, pancake master. The owner, franchise owner of the International House of Pancakes on the football field. 20 pancakes in this game. Arsenio Cavazos, 15. Robert Kafka, 10. Defensive stats, we've got Tim Guy leading the team with 10 tackles. Curtis Moffitt leading with 6 TFLs. He also had 3 sacks. Jose Guardado and Jamie Charbonnet each had 1 sack, and then Levi Hebb and Billy Ogburn each had half a sack. Quinn Vick had 2 interceptions. 1 was returned for pick 6. Then we had an interception by Alex Lambo and by Tim Guy. PBUs, they're led with 2, Tim Guy. 1 fumble forced by Levi Hebb. In the kicking game, Tim Price, 3 for 3 from the field with a long of 35, 7 for 7 extra points. Punting, TJ Banks had 2 punts on the game, 92 yards. Kick returns, Rashard Suggs, 4 for 90. Punt returns, Suggs had 6 for 47. Let's back out and we'll advance the week. See what changes. And we leveled up. That's awesome. Let's go ahead ahead and spend those points. Make it less likely for second round projected players to leave. Advance the week. All right, we got a commitment from four-star quarterback Michael Watford out of San Marcos, California. Five-star wide receiver Anthony Goings out of Marietta, Georgia. Five-star edge rusher Muhammad Fawurda out of Alpharetta, Georgia. Four-star offensive lineman Emmett Charlton out of Hightstown, New Jersey. Four-star center TJ Pilgrim out of Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Four-star corner Cornell Schobert out of Detroit, Michigan. Nice. A lot of good recruitments this week. Tim Guy got Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week with his 1 interception, 6 tackles, 2 deflections performance. And that got him National Defensive Player honors. It looks like we moved up 1 spot. Let's look at the top 25. So the new top 25, Clemson moved up 1 from 2 to 1. Miami moved up from 3 to 2. We moved from 4 to 5. Georgia 5 to 4. USC 6 to 5. Nebraska up 1. Oregon up 1. Alabama up 1. Penn State moved up 3 spots from 12 to 9. Oklahoma stayed at 10. LSU stayed at 11. Auburn, who was last week's #1 team, lost to Penn State and dropped from 1 to 12. Tennessee, TCU, Baylor, Texas, Florida, and Oklahoma State all stayed at their respective positions 13 through 18. Tulane, Washington, Florida State, Texas A&M all moved up 1 spot into 19 through 22. Duke moved up from 25 to 23, jumping Boise State, who stayed at 24. And SMU, not ranked last week, takes the 25 spot because BYU dropped out of the top 25. Alright, that's going to be the game, guys. Make sure to tune in next time to watch us take on the visiting 2-1 Purdue Boilermakers. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, comment on the video, hit the notifications bell. Follow me everywhere on social media at Kinetic615. Check out the GoFundMe link that's linked in the YouTube bio. It's also pinned at the top of my X profile. Feel free to shoot me a message on X or Discord at Kinetic615. And until next time, guys, as always, go Vikes and go Blue.